Good morning, everybody. Saitlanders, how are you? We hope that you're well. The next this video, is a little bit behind the times. Kuni Maria and Ernst van den Berg and I held a conversation about it on the day that I began to feel really ill. You may know that I've been quite ill for going on 3 weeks now, and was admitted to hospital, Dr. Notnachel's clinic, which I don't even know if I should say this, but the provincial hospital health system, the provincial health system, wrote to him telling him that his setup was so smart they would like him to become part of the hospital complex in the Northern Cape. So it's as he calls it, as he says, it's just a surgery. It's not even a clinic, but he has got a fantastic setup. Allegedly, he has better equipment there than they have at the main hospital in Kimberley. So I was admitted to the surgery, the clinic, the hospital, call it what you like. Anyway, on that day I was supposed to do this video, and I'm going to do it very quickly now. Weeks later, on or about the 10th of April, we picked up that the person appointed as the new Chief of the Army, not the Defence Force, the Army, not the Minister of Defence, just the Chief of the Army, is Lieutenant General Mbata, who was or is infamous for getting a guy by the name of Walter Smiles to throw a grenade into the Trust Bank building in Kimberley on the 25th of May 1993, and then having his appeal for amnesty at the TRC turned down. And he has a case of murder and attempted murder pending against him. It is a very, very, very worrying thing. And in fact, there are some people who say that it has legal ramifications, that in fact it could be against the Constitution, it could be illegal. I don't know, I'm not an expert, and I haven't read enough to form an opinion whether it is illegal for the President to appoint, or for the Minister of Defence, or for the head of the SANDF, whoever it falls to appoint somebody who has a case of murder and attempted murder pending against them. I don't know. What I do know is that it is a frightening thing when a government appoints somebody who committed a terrorist act so egregious that even the Truth and Reconciliation Commission wouldn't give him a break. And goodness knows they went easy on some of the Mkhonto Wesizwe guys. They gave them the benefit of the doubt, left, right, and center. Which brings us, of course, to this thing of the National Security Council and the National Security Secretariat, which were gazetted in the Government Gazette on the 10th of March. We've been monitoring this thing for a little while because we weren't too sure, or let's say I was doing the research on it, and I wasn't really sure under what legal framework it fell. So I didn't want to jump up and down and express my instinctive opinion if I was later going to make a fool of, I would make a fool of myself. But the time is ripe now, having done more and more research and read other people's opinions and so on, to say that there is no legal provision. There is no legal provision for the president by fiat to summarily declare and realize, manifest, make such security apparatus. But that's not the worst of it. It gets better. The timing, number one. The 10th of March it was gazetted. And number two, and this is the really, really, really scary part. Okay, so here's the real problem. My camera has shifted. What's going on? Here's the real problem with these two new agencies. I'm going to look at my phone. I won't be able to look at the camera. This is how it's reported by Marula Media. And it's put quite well. They're quoting some people here and there. Dit lyk asof die regering die COVID-19 pandemie misbruik om ongrondwetlike magstrukture te vestig terwyl die res van die land se aandag op afsondering regulasies gefokus is. Die regering gebruik die strukture om die land in 'n polisiestaat te verander en skep die geleentheid vir verrykende magsvergrype. Now, it gets even better. I can't find it now, but it's quite explicitly stated that these new security apparatuses, which will oversee all of the security of South Africa, all the aspects and elements and authorities and organs of state and so on concerning security, have, amongst others, on them military veterans. And this is serious, guys. This is really serious. We don't want to sow panic. We don't want to cause people to do irrational things. We don't want to be the ones who were responsible for somebody having an anxiety attack or an angina attack or doing something foolish. But somebody needs to tell you bluntly that it's no good when the president erects structures by fiat for which there is no provision in the South African Constitution, Act number 108 of 1996, and that those supervening structures that will govern and rule all aspects of security in South Africa are being run by MK and UPLA veterans. This is bad. Now, these military veterans, just to be clear, they are there as military veterans. They are not there as military veterans who went on to get a PhD at the University of Stockholm in peace resolution, Scandinavian stuff, what. They're not there as guys who have become leading authorities at the Institute for Security Studies, Jackie Berger and guys like that. They are there as military veterans. In other words, by virtue of the fact that you were an Mkonto Wesizwe terrorist or an Mkonto Wesizwe struggler, if you want to be politically correct, you should be running the country's security. If this doesn't frighten the pants off you, there are grave matters transpiring before our very eyes in this country. And it seems as if many people, including our people, Caucasian, conservative, Christian, heterosexual, family people, people who share our values, norms en mores, ons mense, wat in dieselfde goed glo, selfs van ons mense, besef nie, hierdie goed is erg. There's not much we can do about it. You know, some people like to say, I don't want to hear about problems, I only want to know about solutions. It's a grand thing to say. But when there's a 10-ton block falling on your head and you've got nowhere to run, then it's just about the problem. Solutions don't come into it. The solution that we have, which Sponscorp and his Mikeys, who think that you should drink your swimming pool water when they shut off your suburbs watercock or water spigot, and burn twigs from your ornamental bougainvillea tree in your back garden for heat and for cooking when they turn off the electricity. Sponscorp and these guys, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even go there, but right now, yeah, we have a solution to nationwide anarchy. We don't have a solution to farm murders. We don't have a solution to spiteful BEE laws. We don't have a solution to white squatter camps. That's not Saitlander's mandate. Our mandate, and what the head of our national emergency plan has worked on al die jare, is to provide a solution to disengage from conflict in the event of nationwide anarchy, and to regroup in numbers that amount to a critical mass. In other words, enough people that you can do something with whom or with which you can create a sustainable solution. Nevertheless, it has fallen to us to be the most vocal voice in the world on farm murders, on white squatter camps, on BEE regulations. And now, God forbid it, the National Security Agency and the National Security Secretariat. Never mind what it is. You know, Mr. Miller and Kuni Maria and I had a meeting with a guy in Beaufort West at the restaurant above the garage shop at the Total petrol garage. I believe it's a Total, at the big traffic circle as you enter Beaufort West from this side. That is to say, from the north or the east. And at some point, I felt that, you know, there was a critical question that had to be asked bluntly. And I said to the guy, this is one of those instances in life in which the thing that is being proposed, in the instance it was the secession of the Cape, is less significant than the timing of that thing. And I gave him reasons why. And now I want to state something similar to you. What is of less significance is the establishment of a National Security Secretariat. What is of greater significance is the people that they've chosen to be the overlords of all security matters, affairs, organs of state in the Republic of South Africa. Whether you want to call it a police state or not, you please yourself, but for me, it's to miss the point. So I'm saying this in my private capacity, to recognize or to consider or to contemplate. Never mind the police state, never mind our security overlords are now people who are defined by the fact that they were Mkhonto Wesizwe fighters, terrorists, guerrillas, and Azanian People Liberation Army fighters, terrorists, guerrillas, call them what you will. That, for me, if we can focus on that, then the rest will come, as it were. Thank you. Thank you for listening.